Hi everyone, how are you? For today's direct drawing activity, I was inspired by all of the farm books that we will be reading next week. And one of the animals that I found in all of the books were cows. So I thought we could use that as our inspiration today for our drawing. So we will be making a cow. And some of the items that you will need are a white piece of paper, a black crayon, and then I'm going to be using watercolor paint. If you use watercolor paint, you will also need water and a paintbrush. You might have some watercolor pencils. They work the same. So you would color, and then on top of them, you would use paint to kind of blend in the paint. Another material that you might have are chalk. Now these chalks look a little fancier because they're for artwork, but you might have the chalk that you use to, color on the sidewalk or your chalkboards. So again, they're regular chalks, but they just come in this form. And the way you would use the chalk is that you can take a little tissue paper or cotton ball, and you just roll it around, make like a little turn like that. You scrub the chalk itself. Okay, and then you would get your piece of paper, your drawing, and you could just scrub it on your paper, and you would get that. That's how you can color with chalk. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing you need to make sure is that your paper is laying down. You do not want your paper to be standing up, okay? So after you have made your paper laying down, we're going to make the face. Now for the face, we will need to make a big square. Remember, a square has 4 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all the same size. So try and make them the same or as close as possible as you can. Okay, once you have the outside of your face, we're going to draw a line that kind of makes like a little bit of an arch, like a flat rainbow. Then we're going to make 2 circles on the sides, and I'm going to make a mouth, just like that. Now on the top, we're going to make 2 eyes, and here on the corners, we're going to add the ears. So you're just going to go around like that and around like that. And then fill them in. Like that. Now for the body, I'm going to go straight out like this, underneath the face. And then here, I'm going to make a line that goes up. Okay? And then you connect the bottom and the top line like that. Métete, dale. Okay, the next part is going to be the legs. So cows have, guess how many legs? If you said 4, you got it, my friends. So you make 2 lines going down like that. Then you're going to make a diagonal line. You slide down to the side. Make this one straight down, like that. And you connect. So 2 lines. One's a little longer than the other. Slide down and then connect. Let me do it one more time. Slide down this side, like that. Then you want to connect them all like this with a little line, and you can color it in with black. The next part will be the tail. So if you go on the back of your cow, we're going to kind of make a fluffy tail like this. And then you can fill it in or you can paint it. Like that. Now our cow's missing something. Our cow's all white. What should they have? They should have little spots, right? Let's see, is there a good cow picture here? There you go. Cow should have spots. So we need some spots on these cows. By the way, this is the book Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. It's a really fun book. We will be reading it next week. So we need to make some kind of marks on the cow. So the way you can do it, if you go on the side of the cow, you go down, squiggle, 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 up, and you connect on the other side. This is the bottom. So you go on one side, we're going to go up, squiggle, 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 down to the other side. You can just make some in the middle. You squiggle, squiggle, squiggle like this. I want to make some on the face. So I'm going to go one side, squiggle, squiggle. This side, like that. And I think I'm good with my marks. You can add as many as you want. Now, I'm not going to color them. If you don't have watercolor paint, you can go ahead and color them with your black chalk. You can use your watercolor pencils or even your marker like we did on the robot and just you know, use your water inside. So let me get my paint. Remember, these paints are watercolor paints, which means that right now they're asleep. I need to wake them up. And the way I wake them up is I put a little bit of water on the paint and then I touch it, not too much. Dip your brush just a little bit, don't go digging in. And then I can go ahead and paint. Be very careful where you add that paint. Again, if you don't have watercolors, you can use crayons. Now my black is coming out too dark because I'm using too much paint. You actually don't need that much paint. With watercolor, you can really stretch out the color. Like right here, I can just pick up some paint from right there and use it to paint. Now once your paint is not working anymore, you need to go back and pick up some new one. Like so, and then over here. Okay, so there's my cow. Now for the face, I actually don't have pink paint, so I'm going to use my watercolor pencils. And the way this works is that you color it like so, and then you grab your water. Whoops, that had some black in it. And you can move around the paint from the pencil. Oops. Like that. Again, grab your paintbrush and pick up the paint from where the pencil went over. Okay, so there is the face, the main part of the cow. Now I need to do the back, the background. So I think, oops, I forgot the shoes. That's a lot of paint, so let's take some out. There you go. Now my cow looks like it's done. So let's start with the background. For the back, I'm going to need some green. So I'm going to go ahead, pick some green. Just use it on the bottom. Oops. Like that. Don't worry if it gets off the paper. Just try to keep it in. If you have newspaper, you can put some underneath. Like that. Or you can just make sure you don't go all the way down to the edge. If it does get on your table, don't worry. A wipey or a sponge will help clean the table. Okay, so I have my grass. You can use a marker if you want to make some grass going this way. Like that. Now I want to paint the sky, but instead of using the watercolor, I think I'm going to use my chalks. Okay, so I'm going to use all the blues. I have a lot of blue here. So I'm just going to take my tissue, wrap it around my finger, dip it on my chalk, pick up my color, move that a little bit, and then I just scrub my paper. Like that. Do you see how cool that is? You can actually paint with your chalk. I don't recommend you take the chalk and you use that on the paper. It will be too strong. But this way, it kind of looks like it's paint. So go all around. Like that. In between the legs. On the back. Oops, like that. Now if you want to do some clouds, you can pick up a little bit of a darker blue or go in a little more. Like that. Like that. And there is your cow. You can add more details like a little sun, maybe some clouds, a flower, whatever you want. That's up to you. I hope you have fun and use the tools you might have at home. And then make sure you take a picture of it and you send it to Ms. Galan and I through Class Dojo or Ms. Samano through a text. Okay? We're really excited about your drawing and we want to see it. So make sure you send it to us. Have a good day.